Whenever you're ready.
Yellow.
So I introduce myself, then I introduce you guys.
Because you do it last time.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys haven't presented, but you presented.
Yes, you introduce yourself. You talk about just mention the episode.
You have shared your
Don't mention the
blondness.
episode because we might use
Pregnancy
some
brain. Me, all I do is act, and I'm given a script, and I just go through.
Okay,
lines.
so you're
this is
introducing
kinda
yourself,
new
then
again.
everyone else, and you're the introduction. Keeping it 100.
She's shared the blondness with you.
Okay,
Congratulations, Betty. You're not alone.
Till you're sick.
Anyway, it's just nice that it's informal, so.
Yeah.
And we have flying fish here, but we're not mentioning.
No, we're
anything,
not
right?
mentioning.
They're just there.
They're just there.
When they pay,
Chiwez, I hope Yaonika, so that they are forced to sponsor the whole thing when they see how beautiful.
over advertise.
Yes.
Who over advertise when they sponsor.
Because this is literally there.
Okay, but you know he's recording.
He's recording.
I didn't say.
Okay, that's great.
But he said whenever you're ready.
This is Keeping It 100, the podcast that keeps it 100. Uncensored, unscripted, and we just say it as it is. My name is Mocha, and thank you for joining us this week on our podcast. And of course, I'm with my lovely ladies right here. Your girl Helen is right next to me.
Hello.
Say hi to the people. And we have two lovely ladies over there, Christy and Raf.
Hello.
Okay, so this on this edition we'll be looking at mental health. Now, a lot has been said about mental health, and sometimes we just ignore it. But this is something that has caused a lot of people to lose their loved ones, because people become suicidal, and it causes a lot of gender-based violence and different issues that surround mental health. So today, ladies, we're going to be looking at mental health. And now when we say mental health, there are a lot of aspects, right? We have anxiety issues, we have depression, we have postnatal depression, and I read somewhere that the majority of people that go through these are actually females. And I don't understand why, because females were the ones who share the most, you know what I mean? Like we vent and all that. So why is it that most of the time females are the ones that get depressed?
I think also because we're the most vulnerable
and we're emotional.
But I have a problem with that when statistics show that I think men equally have depressed issues. It's just they can't talk about them.
It, yes.
So maybe they're not counted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you'd be surprised to find out that if they had to start talking and
exactly
it could probably even be more than female.
Yeah, and I agree with Betty. Only we call her Betty.
It's the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
All those names behind
It's my name.
It's her other name.
So I agree with her, because I feel like we have most of the time the people that commit suicide are guys, and that says a lot about us. Most of the time females can undergo depression, and because we vent a lot, we get to find ourselves in a more comfortable space. But for guys, because they have to be strong, that's why I like Ebo Chunguso, Mamuna Samarila. Every time, I think most of the time a guy wants to open up, like you guys, us as a group, we've had a lot of venting sessions whereby
1-2 men.
Yes. I'm not in a good space. I need to
they
vent.
have really helped.
Yeah.
Too much.
But for guys, most of the time they open up. It's like, "Whoa, course, it's not supposed to."
And it ends there. That's the sad
Yeah.
thing. It ends there. So they just say "Akos and Mamuna," and then what happens?
Your
Because
friends can't
his
open up
mind-
anymore.
Yes.
It reminds me of a situation of a friend of mine who lost his wife, and I remember him saying he couldn't cry at the burial or during the funeral because he's the man. He was at right now he's a widow. So exactly. So he wasn't meant to look vulnerable. So he had to take some time away after the burial to go finally to his wife's grave and just break down.
Wow.
And he went with a very good friend of his best friend, and his best friend was like, look, you're a guy, at the end of the day you're human, you have emotion, you need to let it out, because again, when you keep stuff inside, it becomes toxic.
It's toxic.
It becomes very toxic.
But you know, I've also noticed that somehow it has to do with personality. There's some people that would rarely get depressed, rarely get sad. Like, they're just these extroverted people who say anything, and when they're upset, they say it and they confront whoever it is they need to confront. And then there are those introverts, there are those people who keep things inside, like you know, and those are the people who tend to get depressed because you don't want to share with anyone.
Have you ever seen a very happy person commit suicide?
Robin Williams.
I think
He committed suicide.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like,
I was thinking it's personality that also adds to
I can relate to the fact that, you know, you can be all bubbly and happy, but when you're alone, you've got so much going on. Because I've battled depression, I've battled suicidal moments, I've had 4 attempted suicide moments that didn't even work out. But you get to a place where you feel personally, in Zambia, you're not allowed to be depressed. We live in a world where society will torment you when you're depressed because they'll feel it's for attention. Oh, she's just seeking attention. No, but it's actually a call for help. And if anything, people always feel like Chainama is only for mad people.
Yeah.
Chainama is a rehabilitation center. And it's amazing. For me, I'm a testimony because I was going to counseling. The only person amongst us that knew I was going to counseling is Helen. Because she's the one that I was told, like, I'm so depressed, I'm suicidal, I am done, I can't do life anymore. And she was like, Christy, you need to get help, you need to get help. My mom found out after 6 months that I was actually going through counseling. And an amazing lady, Linda, who works for Chainama, she's a counselor. 02, I'm having a panic attack, and I'll call her and tell her I'm done, I can't do this life thing anymore, I'm done. And she's like, your kids, and I'm like, they've got a grandma. I mean, I can't.
But then, how do you know?
And you know, for me, that was like, I'll get pissed with her for that. Like, you can't think of committing suicide, your kids.
How do you know a cry for help?
That's unfair. I think that's why some people say that suicide is unfair. Like,
it is selfish. Yes, it's selfish. You don't think of the people around you and how they'll deal with life after. For me, I knew I needed help when I became an alcoholic, because then I started drinking every day. I wanted to drink. There was nothing that was amazing me. Like, I just wanted to be around people. It was like numbing the pain. So I want to drink. I want to be around people that drink, and I would be a life of a party. I would make people laugh. I would be screaming. Would have fun. But the minute I go home and I'm alone, I would need to cry myself to sleep. So the only way that I can't cry myself to sleep is if I'm really intoxicated with alcohol. Then I'll just lie down. But the fact is, depression does not swim. It doesn't go away. It just swims in the morning.
It actually gets worse.
So it took a year for me to say, you know what? It took a few months, and I said I need help, because at the end of the day, I'll injure my mom. I'm an only child. Wow. You know, my mom, it's me and my mom. It's always been me and my mom. So what am I doing to my mom? I have kids, and then my smallest daughter was like 4 months. And I was like, I need to get help. And that's when I got help. And Helen insisted, you need to get help. And I got help. And believe me, if anything, if there's anybody that's battling mental health and everything, Chainama is one of the best places I would recommend. I can even recommend which doctors to see, or which counselors to see, because they're really amazing. And social media doesn't help.
No, but on social media.
That's what is the worst.
That's what I wanted to find out.
That's what we like to talk about.
She's been through it. So how do you know a cry for help? Because many times I've seen people's statuses, and you know, sometimes a screenshot will go viral. This person is saying this, and people will be like,
I'm taking my life now to buy,
and they actually do it.
So how do you know this is a cry for help?
You need to be very open to reach out to people like that. I personally have, if I give you my phone and you go through my inbox, you'll be shocked at the amount of women that battle a lot of depression and suicidal thoughts. But you know, it's people like me, very few would have noticed I'm going through that, because I think you guys would notice from, I'm sad. I'm not a person that shows sadness. I love to be happy. So even when I'm sad, it's people that really know me very well. They're like, madam, that smile is fake.
And also, another sign with Christy was sometimes we just break down from nowhere. Like, she'll break down, she'll call you, she's crying, and you're like, Why are you crying?
We were laughing a few minutes ago.
Yeah, like
You
and then
know?
she just said, I don't know, but I just feel like I need to cry. I'm a failure. What? But then you just
I
know,
think
like,
we need to be.
it's
You
something.
need to be
it's
open
not
to
right.
listening to people and read in between the lines.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
true.
post and say, I am happy. Are you really
And your
happy?
posts were very funny, and you'll just be like,
That's what I told you. The happy people usually
Hide a
I like
lot
it
of
going-
because we
yeah.
hide in the fact that we don't want to be judged. Society will judge you harshly. Me, I've received bullets left, right, center, you know, and it hasn't been the most easiest. But what made me still remain very positive is because I told myself I need to protect my peace and sanity. So whoever is gonna come and want to steal that away, I'm rubbishing you off. I'm not keeping you around. So there are a lot of people in Zambia that go through a lot of suicidal moments, depression. But we kind of, you know, you would see it on social media and you just like, this person's just seeking attention. No, they actually maybe need help. And that's the only way they know best to ask for help. So there's nothing wrong with being persistent about asking somebody, are you okay? Today ask. Tomorrow, pull up with the phone. Are you okay? How are you doing? Let's meet up for lunch. Let's sit. Then you get to interact and
Food
solve
makes
people.
me happy.
People get to open up.
Like
You know,
whenever
they
I have
call
a low
that,
moment,
like,
it
with
makes
social
me
media,
happy.
I personally, because I like to pay attention, and I've watched a lot of documentaries about people that have undergone depression, even celebrities that have undergone depression. So I have an idea sometimes of how there's a lot that we see on social media. Sometimes people act a certain way and everyone is just condemning. Sometimes you don't need to condemn. You can see this person needs help.
Yes.
If there's somebody who can approach them nicely, privately, without wanting
And
to
I think that's the
expose
problem
them.
with social media, because there
Yeah.
are people that have are exhibiting certain characters that
Yeah.
are maybe immoral, but we just condemn.
Yeah.
But
But
not
it's a
knowing
cry
that they're
for help.
facing a lot
Yeah,
of
so-
mental battles.
And
you know?
I've realized that for some people, when you talk to them, you find maybe they have childhood trauma. They have like, it's a lot of things that are going on in their life. And so some of these things we see and we find entertainment, it's already a cry for help. You just have to pay attention, because certain acts can do it.
Because I remember one of the interviews I think you did. You had Lulu Hangala.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She, you know, the pictures. You know these bloggers we have on social media. You
Yeah.
want numbers. You want to push
Yeah,
followers.
yeah.
And people I think screenshotted her pictures off her Instagram account and everything and posted. And there was so much cyberbullying at the time for Lulu. And when I got to watch the interview of her miscarrying, the time people were saying she's grown fat and everything, I was like,
Which fat?
you know this. I'm just like, okay, wait, you guys. We really have nothing nice to say to somebody. That's what I always say. If you have nothing nice to say to somebody, don't keep
say
saying anything
anything.
at all.
And you
true.
know, I've also noticed that there are a lot of angry people
Ooh, they're paid.
on Facebook.
Yes.
I mean, Instagram is better. I mean, they're
Yeah.
mature people. Twitter,
There's
Facebook, you guys. Twitter is
Our Twitter is
no.
black bullying on
Like,
Twitter.
yeah,
Black Twitter ain't out there. Yes,
I think
please.
But
Instagram is the only platform
You
where
guys,
you can
Facebook, and then
feel
I've
some
also
love.
noticed that it's just some pages.
Yes.
Some pages are like hate pages. Once you post, no matter how, no caption, no nothing, you just post.
Can
a
I
photo.
name?
Helen has been a victim.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
When they post Helen on this said page,
Uncanny. Let's not even go far.
Yes.
I actually, for me,
Name it.
might not even look. I
Helen,
might not add
Sanga
to.
Vale check address.
Well, it's something. You know what I mean?
Agera posisi.
And you know what?
Helen with the husband.
It's
And then
something
what
else.
comments do you want?
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you realize this person, that social media comment is going to be when this person has a family, they have kids.
thing.
Their
Yeah.
kids are growing up to see the hate. So they will believe, you know, sometimes kids learn because we are the love we give, our kids are the love we give them. Where the hate we show them. So if you show your kid hate, they grow up like that. And for me personally, it might not even make any difference with Nkani. It might not make any difference for the fact that I unfollowed, but I unfollowed them for my peace of mind. Because I thought, look, that's one of my best friends. This is over 8 years of friendship. I will not see people torment her. So if anything, I'm not going to be part of the nonsense they get to post. I'm out. And I was okay with that. My mind was, I'm not even panicked when I don't see anything about them, because I'm like, it's all about the hate, and you can't keep hating.
And then you guys laugh at me when I'm behind with what's happening. I don't want to get involved.
You had it on Facebook, though.
I don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
I literally had to ask, who runs this page? Because like, the hate is too much, and it's like they are actually promoting hate. Because if you post Helen and you receive negative comments,
then because they
don't post her again.
Don't post her again. Let it be.
But if you post her again the next day, it means you
and
want those
the sad
negative
part was
comments.
at that period, I think Lulu Handala and myself and I think Toela were getting a lot of hate.
Yes.
So and Kyra. So we were posted constantly.
The more you get hate
because
speech,
we
the more they
know
post
people are going
you.
to talk. So it's every photo. So you know when you start thinking like,
it reminds me of
and
the
the
time
worst
we were
part
doing
is the growing numbers.
Airbnb.
Yes.
Like we were even told by our producer, he's like, look, if you want to sleep at night, don't go through the comments.
social media. Don't go through the
yeah,
comments.
that's what I learned that don't read the comments.
Yeah.
I read the comments on my page because I like to interact with the people that follow me.
I think I'm lucky. I'm not posted that much, but
But there was a time they posted. I was venting.
I remember
that time.
I remember
in the yellow dress.
I went for Logic from Pad. I went for his wedding. And this said page post my photo.
Kanye, guys, let's just put it out there.
You know, when I saw it on the page, I was like, shit. Okay. This is the page where Ellen gets attacked. Now, then I looked at myself, I was like, oh, but I'm not looking like that. I'm sure they won't be.
Okay.
The sad part is if you're not strong enough,
she needs to gain her weight back. She needs to, you know, like, there are bloggers. They're amazing. They're good bloggers that are out there to build.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Nkani has a huge following. I feel like it's time we stop looking at carrying numbers because of hate.
Yes.
Carrying numbers because you're spreading goodwill.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? Because at the end of the day, you have these people that you don't know go through moments where like this comment has touched me.
Yes.
What
We
they
can come back to mental health.
Yes,
there are people that are not strong
crying,
enough.
they're getting depressed. People that are not
Yes.
strong enough to shoot the bullets that are thrown at them. Then they end up being suicidal. Even celebrities. I've met celebrities, so many of them that you'd sit with and you know how it hurts.
Okay,
for them to
let's take a
bash
break.
their
Let's take a break, guys. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with more as we are keeping it 100. Welcome back, everybody. Now we are still keeping it 100 as we talk mental health. Now we talked about the fact that social media has contributed a lot to mental health, and we've also talked about depression. Helen, maybe you can just share with us if you've had an incident with depression and how you overcame it.
Yeah, you know, when I was pregnant, guys, you guys know, I was admitted in hospital.
Ooh.
And
You can't do that.
okay, yeah. So I was admitted during my pregnancy because I had complications. So I had to stay in hospital for 3 weeks straight. No, it was 3 to 4 weeks.
Almost a month.
Almost a month, yeah. Waiting because they told me they'll keep me till I deliver. So, and I delivered before it was 9 months. So it was C-section. So staying in hospital already had a huge impact on me. I'm a person who is out there, outgoing. Then I had to be in this hospital bed, stuck. And the doctor sometimes would see it because sometimes they'll come to my bed in the morning, they're checking on me, and I'll just throw a tantrum. I'll tell them, just let me go home, you know, like that. It's for your own good. I'll tell them my mother's place is close to this hospital. If anything goes wrong, they say we can't risk it. A doctor lost a child just like that. A doctor, because of the same condition that you have.
Yeah.
So they kept me until the C-section, but after I delivered, my child was like 1.4 kgs. So she had to be in the incubator, kept in NICU.
In hospital again.
So it meant me staying longer, waiting for her to gain a little bit of weight. So
So that's more than a month.
Yeah, so we stayed there for a week. Luckily, because they told me, okay, we can only discharge this child when she's least 1.8 or at the most 2 kgs. Then I don't know how, and that day, I remember the day of discharge, I was just feeling like crying because I went there to feed her because you have to go to NICU every 2 hours. Your operation is hurting, it gives you this headache, and you don't sleep literally because every 2 hours, and it's not even 2 hours, you have to go back to NICU. So I'm there in the morning to feed her. Then this nurse was there and she was like, oh, can't you see it's full? Come back and feed your child later. it was one line that, because the nurses, I can't lie, the nurses at Kashua General Hospital and the doctors were very good to me. They kept me well all the days I was there. But just that day, because I was already in that space that I'm not okay, and then that woman passes that comment, I just went back. I felt like crying, and in my head, a lot of things were running, like, I'm just going to report this woman. I was so angry, I was so depressed, I was sad, because even when I met my child, because I didn't meet my child the day she was born, you were there, so I wasn't like, so the time I was meeting my child was like a day after, when I was able to get off the bed to follow her to NICU. I was, you've heard stories of people that have been mothers, they say when you meet your child, you hold her, that feeling. So I was expecting to feel that. Then I got there, then it's not there. I'm happy, I'm seeing this child, and I remember when my husband came to meet the child, he was so excited, taking videos. I wanted to feel like him, but I was unable to feel like him. I was just feeling low, I was feeling down, there was no excitement. And then the worst is when I saw a drip go through the child's hands, because that's the only way she was feeding. I was unable to feed at that time. I just dropped, my heart just dropped, I just felt bad. So when we left the hospital, now I went home. A sleepless night, she would cry and whatnot. I wanted to cry. And I remember I told somebody to say, I'm feeling sad, you're just tired, you just need to rest. So I couldn't open up more about how I was feeling. So I kept quiet. But every time I went to the bathroom, you know what they say, new mother, such a dumb buffer. So my mother would tell me, why you Makariri and buffer? You're a new mother. A mother doesn't take long because you've left a baby. I was taking long because I was crying every time I went to the bathroom. Wow. So that was like my own space. I just wanted to sit, relax, and
cry.
And
no
cry.
reason.
Yeah.
So there was no particular reason. Did you feel maybe like you had failed?
No, I don't even know. I was just feeling sad.
That's depression, because it happened. I think I also experienced it where I'm feeling sad. I have chikongwa.
Yeah.
I have a baby. So why am I so sad? And then afterwards, after I'd even recovered and I was okay, that's when I realized, oh my God, I think I had postpartum depression.
Yeah, so I would cry a lot. Then when I come out, I'm smiling, oh, baby.
For no reason.
Yeah, and I'll just be there and I'm like, I think I need to rest. And I started telling myself, I haven't rested from the time I was in hospital to home. The baby's crying the whole night. Maybe that's what's causing it. But then eventually I even started like feeling the strong bond that I feel everyone explains for the child. I started feeling when I was home. That's when I started feeling that joy, like you just want to hold the child. It took long for me to feel what everyone else feels when they deliver. But I just told myself, okay, since I can't talk to anybody, this is time for me to just go in the bathroom and cry. So every time I go in the bathroom.
But why did you feel like you couldn't talk to your mom or anyone?
Because I felt like they won't understand. You just delivered. Everyone is happy to have a child. Like, I was happy to have a child. So I was like very happy, but I just didn't understand why. Yeah, I just didn't understand why I was sad at the same time. Sad and happy at the same time. You could literally do anything for your child at that moment. Like, you can die for that child. Yeah. But you're sad.
How long did it take to pass that phase?
I don't know. I think a month or so. It took long. And I think after she became bigger, like now the hospital, because even when they discharged me, when she was 1.5, they told me we're only going to stop looking at this child every week after she reaches like 2 kgs. But when we went there and then she hit 2.6, I think that also just made me feel better, because I was like, this is my first, I've had the most complicated pregnancy. You remember you guys, I think I once cried, sent a voice note crying. Like, I was just tired of every time you go to the hospital, they tell you there's this wrong, there's that wrong, this is wrong, this is...
It's not getting better, it's just getting worse.
Yeah, because even when I had the main problem, I remember telling you, like, this is what's happened. Then you told me, you have to go to the hospital now. I was literally going to lose the child just there. So now when you go through all that, you're just like, maybe the whole journey hasn't been what I expected. It's your first pregnancy, then you experience some of the...
So I'm trying to think, because you've given your side of, thinking you were depressed, or I think
I think I was.
I think it's the stress.
I think it's the stress.
It's stress
because
honestly, for me,
somehow
I felt like I wasn't getting the support I needed. But then I don't know. Maybe it was just a hormonal thing. Like at night when I wake up, I have to breastfeed
everyone
the child,
else is
and I'm looking at my husband. Dude, I'm like awake, and sometimes I wake him up like I'm breastfeeding, and I wake him up, and he's like, "What? But you need to help. This is the what you do. I also should just stay awake. So it just feels like they're not supporting
Like you're alone.
I think it's pressure. Pregnancy, a child.
I think
it
it's
comes
also hormonal.
Yeah, because there are hormones also that just.
I can't really pinpoint a situation that has probably had me depressed, you know.
Yeah.
But I think I easily come out of a situation. I don't want to say come out because I think I easily.
You don't overthink it.
I don't overthink it, and then when I do overthink it, my job entails for me to always be, you know what I mean? So I can't go on air and sound like, you guys, like this just happened. But I have my moments. I have people who've texted me on air. They're like, how do you do it? You're always so happy. And I think I can only count it on my immediate support system.
Yeah.
You know, because I think when I feel sad, when I feel like, oh, shit just hit the fan, I think I can always text either one of you guys, you know what I mean? And I'll be like, you guys, this is what I'm going through and whatnot. And as soon as I get back to work, music for me just
Heals you.
Yeah.
it puts me on a natural,
it's therapeutic.
it puts me on a natural high.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't matter, gospel, circular, it doesn't matter. The other time I was going through something really, you know, and I heard Allow Me to Enjoy Myself. I'm like, this is Christy's song.
Allow me to enjoy my allow me to
And you know,
enjoy
for
myself.
me, what came to mind was our trip, right?
Yes.
And all those good memories and whatnot. So I don't know if I easily come out of it and
You have a
then
very huge tolerance for it.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
has it.
She has, yes.
But I also have a breaking point.
Yes, you do.
Every person has
Everyone has a breaking point.
Everyone.
Yeah.
That's what makes
Exactly.
you human.
Yes.
Even that's what makes you human because
Yeah.
you can't just stay and do a terminator or anything goes.
Yeah. But so I want to attribute to having I think that also helps each one of us, like having a good support system.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
You know, like you had a good support. You had your family. You had
Yeah.
just given birth. You had your mom, obviously. You know what I mean. And I think a mother always knows. Much as she was always
But also,
happy.
what
Yeah.
I'd like to add is you have people around you, people you think you can talk to, but then there are people that are so judgmental. Like even when they give you advice, it's not. You know, there are people that don't understand mental health. There are people that don't understand when you're trying to vent. They'll take it why even think about
Our
it?
problem is
Maybe
you complain too
you have a
much.
relationship
Yeah.
problem. But why can't you just leave? It's your problem. You know, like it's not helping. It's not helping. So even your support system, I think they need to understand you as an individual. They need to understand your personality. They need to understand the background, what you're going through. Because those are the people that even make people commit suicide.
You know,
They're
the
like,
truth is,
I'm not getting the help that I want.
the truth is, every time somebody wants to open up and say something, let them speak. Because talking it out
It helps, yes.
Because I have a problem with sometimes church people will tell you, let us pray about it. Let them talk, then you can pray about it after. Let the person open up. Then
Just
we
take
pray.
it to the Lord in
Yeah, no, because we can pray. We pray. We're all Christians
without talking
here.
about it.
We pray, but let me. Yeah, it's not right. Let me open up. Also, if I come,
There's no laugh. But look, I have a problem. I come to you, then just tell me take it to the Lord. Guys, I need to.
I want you to hear me out.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That it's a
Let me pray
problem.
together.
You take it to church people. You take it to your friends who are drinking. They tell you just drink. No, I'm going to be sober and I'll forget about this. So you need let somebody open up. Let them talk. Talking helps.
Yeah.
If somebody cannot afford a therapist, at least they
Talk
have
to someone,
friends,
yeah.
they have
Talk to
family,
someone.
somebody.
Yeah.
And also, I think postnatal. You know, the hospitals, like I know the private hospitals offer, some private hospitals offer that. They want to talk to you after you deliver. If I wish the government can also just provide that.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Like, yeah, it cannot be.
Can I talk to you guys like after I
Get out.
You'll be fine, don't worry. Anyway,
You
let's-
got
let's take a break. We're going to have our celebrity tip, and it's coming from Michi, Zambia's sweetheart.
Hello everybody, I am Michi, Zambia's sweetheart. Quick tip, something to motivate. Big word. I think for me my favorite thing that I remind myself and I like to encourage other people is whatever that you're doing, just do your best and be your best. Even if to you it seems like you're doing something small, it's not that big. It could be anything. If you're mopping a floor, mop it to the best of your ability. So when someone sees, they're like, who mopped here? So basically, whatever it is that you do, give it 200%. Go above and beyond. It doesn't matter how much you're getting paid for it or if you're getting paid at all. But do remember that someone is always watching, and that work ethic will pay for itself, will pay for you and your loved ones in the long run. So I guess that's my tip for today. Yeah, just put in 200% in everything that you do.
Okay, so that was Michi, Zambia's sweetheart, and we are still keeping it 100 here, and we're talking mental health. Remember, you too can share your stories. You can visit our Facebook page, it's Keeping It 100, and also on YouTube, Keeping It 100. Remember to subscribe, guys. We need you guys to subscribe, and you can also let us know what topics you'd like us to talk about. So we're winding up, guys. We're closing. Yeah. So
if you can't afford a therapist, find someone you trust in your circle that you can talk to.
Let's just not ignore people who are going through something, guys, and let's not judge. Chinama is there to help. Mental health, like complete madness, guys. No, it's anybody. You feel like you need somebody to talk to. You fail to sleep at night, visit those places. If you can't, like Radishin said, find somebody that you can talk to. Find somebody you can trust, that they won't use a what? A trumpet?
The trumpet.
To spread your story. Yeah.
It's true. I think for me, it's just my way to social media. I think we need to be each other's sister's keeper, because at the end of the day, bloggers want to make money, but let's also be sensitive about what we get to post about other people, because cyberbullying is real. People commit suicide after certain comments. So everyone is human. We all have feelings. So as cyber bloggers or any bloggers that are out there, let's just be very careful with what we post and how people attack other people, because we're very emotional people at the end of the day. And
we're human.
We're human. Mental health is real. Let's talk to somebody, let's seek help, let's seek guidance, and at the end of the day, I think you'll be good.
Okay, so yeah, you've heard it. Let's talk about it. Let's share it. You can't go through mental health, you can't go through depression or anxiety alone. Share it with somebody and you can get the help that you need. So we've been keeping it 100. Remember to subscribe and like our page on Facebook. Until next time, from all the girls, bye-bye.
Bye.
Allow me to enjoy.
The next topic is the one you're supposed to say that allow me to enjoy myself. You and I. The latest for you. for you, like my situation, your situation now.
Okay, we can go change?
Yes. Are we standing or?
Okay, 3, 2, 1,
We're going to change.